Agent Archer, how thoughtful of you to join us. I hope we aren't inconveniencing you too awfully with matters of international security.
Touché. Awesome, awesome. Let's see. Now, I guess we'll just be... I'm not sure if she's going to be sarcastic with this because he was being sarcastic, or if she'll just be genuinely polite, maybe kind of passive-aggressive. Well, let's just go with it anyway.
Not at all, Mr. Smith, but it's charming of you to mention it.
It is not my ambition to be charming.
I'll say.
Well, that's fortunate.
I would advise you to watch your tongue. Well, if it isn't the inimitable Agent Lowry.
Sorry I'm late, Smithy. You're looking dapper today.
Spare me the disingenuous flattery, old boy. It doesn't suit you.
I was being sincere. It was the one polite thing I could think to say.
You're still upset with me, aren't you? I assure you I have nothing against you personally. You've served us well for many years, but perhaps too many. I firmly believe it is in Unity's best interests that you retire from field operations, and I will continue to campaign to that end until you accept an administrative position.
I'm not upset with you, Smithy. I just don't like you. I do understand your concern, but just because you're too old for the field doesn't mean that I am. Until I'm declared unfit for duty, I will continue to prove it.
I retired voluntarily.
Of course you did.
Perhaps we should dispense with the pleasantries and get down to brass tacks.
Fine.
Lights, please.
Awesome.
We lost another agent this afternoon, bringing the total to 7 operatives in 10 days. It is our firm belief that someone is systematically eliminating our undercover agents, which leads us to believe that the clandestine operations section has been compromised. It seems we have a traitor in our midst.
Do you suspect anyone?
We suspect everyone.
7 operatives. That's over half the active list. Why weren't we informed sooner?
You're being informed now. This situation has unfolded rather abruptly.
The assassin left a lily, a regal finale to be precise, on or near the corpse of each victim. Mean anything to either of you?
Volkov.
Who?
Dmitry Volkov. The regal finale is his calling card.
The name's familiar. What do we know about him?
He's a right bastard.
I like him.
Anything more specific?
Just what's in his file. Born in Kamchatka in 1921. Distinguished himself as an academic prodigy and master chess player by the age of 8, by which time he'd also earned notoriety for refining various torture techniques on neighbors' pets. It seems he joined the NKVD in 1937 and served as some sort of disciplinarian in a gulag near Kiev. His whereabouts during the war are unknown except for a brief mention in 1943, when he was spotted by an OSS officer at Leningrad interrogating prisoners of war who would later disappear without a trace.
Ah, yes, I remember this fellow. We've had dealings with him before.
Sometime after the war, he emerged again, this time in the employ of Smersh. He's personally credited with well over 1,000 executions, spies and Soviet dissidents for the most part. In 1961, a failed assassination attempt left him without an eye. He was shot in the face at close range by one of our finest agents.
You flatter me, but I shouldn't have missed.
He escaped by throwing himself off a 70-foot cliff into an icy river. It was presumed that he survived, as no body was ever recovered. In fact, rumor has it, he's currently working for an organization calling itself HARM as Director of Executive Action. I don't have to tell you what that means.
What do we know about harm?
Unfortunately, there's very little about them in our files.
Well, despite the obvious risks, we still have a job to do. In this case, a very important one.
Wet work.
Precisely. And after this recent catastrophe, the two of you are our only available assets.
To be perfectly frank, Agent Archer, you're only getting this assignment because we've no other choice. Matters of such delicacy aren't really the sort of thing we would usually entrust to a woman. Emotional inconstancy and assassination do not make especially good bedfellows, if you take my meaning.
I like here that they're actually touching on the issue of sexism that you would expect. They don't ignore that there was an issue at the time. They're acknowledging it, and I approve of that. It's funny how they were like, he was shot in the eye, that Volkov or whatever was shot in the eye, and the guy who shot him was like, I shouldn't have missed. You didn't miss, you shot him in the eye. That's about as precise as you can get. I don't know why they wouldn't kill him, but alright. I like this answer.
Implicitly. But you shouldn't be ashamed. Administration is a perfectly noble career.
I don't think I like your tone.
I do.
I believe what Agent Archer means to say, Smithy, is that she appreciates the chance, however fortuitous, to demonstrate her abilities as an operative, and that she'll endeavor not to disappoint the committee. Isn't that so, Agent Archer?
Sure.
Aye.
That's not what it sounded like to me.
Enough of this. Time is of the essence. Stop by the toy shop before you go. They've some new gizmos you might find useful. Don't dally too long, though. Your flight leaves at 6 p.m.
Where are we going?
Morocco.
Let's
Agent
do it
Archer,
then.
what does HARM stand for?
I haven't figured that out yet.
See if you can't find out. And be careful. Both of you.
Is it really that important what it stands for? I mean, if it was a secret or really important that it's what it stood for, then they should just name it something else that wasn't a direct acronym of the secret phrase that it stood for. You know what I mean? Why were there 3 drinks here? They had 3, what are those, like whiskeys? So each of these jerks, well, this jerk and this fat guy would have one, but who was the other one for? I guess the older agent? Well, they didn't give us one. Pricks. They sit at a desk together, really. Ah, the good old days, right? Typewriters and almost... and these really old-looking screens. And phones with cords. And rotary dials. I remember those. No animated textures on those clocks. Oh well. Domination prevention map. Huh. It's kind of specific in kind of amusing way. Oh. Hey there. I just want to press my nose against the glass and make a funny face. Can't go in there. What a shame. I like that. I like that exchange. All the characters seem pretty vivid there. I always take the snarky option because I really like Kate's personality and tone as kind of a smart woman who doesn't take crap from anyone. Well, not directly anyway. She'll kind of give him a passive-aggressive jab like that. Okay, I'm making a call right now. I'm saying that the bald guy who's kind of her mentor is gonna die, and she's gonna be angry. Well, of course, but it's gonna be a big drive for her. Because that's usually what happens when you've got 2 characters, one with a friend or mentor, especially in situations like this. Whoa, what the? The maps are kind of on the small side.
We strongly advise that you go through the training course before embarking on your first mission. There are many nuances and features you may overlook otherwise.
Sure thing,
If you
bro.
prefer to skip training, just head to the exit.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Since I don't know how to play the game yet. Okay, where's the basic training? Okay. Gadgetry Lab is this way anyway, so...
Welcome to Basic Field Tactics. This course comprises several areas, each with its own lesson. You must complete each lesson in order to proceed. Now step up to the active station designated by the flashing light. Your crosshair will change to indicate an item that can be activated. Alright, now open the door to the next area.
Oh, okay.
Bystanders will often speak to you if you activate them. Sometimes they will share useful information. Sometimes they just want to chat. Be sure to conceal any obvious weapon or they'll be too distressed to talk. Try
Makes sense.
activating Leon.
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds kind of wrong. I always think it's kind of funny in games when they have this kind of half-meta explanation tutorial thing. But I guess it's the best way to do a tutorial.
Well done.
Alright,
Ooh.
now open the door to the next area.
Well done, you're able to talk to someone.
If you want to skip a cutscene, simply press the space bar.
Yeah, I think I want to skip this.
Congratulations! You've completed the basic field tactics course. You should now continue to the advanced field tactics area, where you will receive specific instruction for your upcoming mission. Note that new simulations will be prepared for you before each mission.
Good to know. Okay, I thought it'd be a little bigger and a little more to it than that, but alright. Gadgets? Santa's workshop. Oh, I can't get in there? I thought he told me to go to the toy shop. Or the toy store, however that guy put it, the fat guy.